Hello, and welcome to the latest in our video series on laboratory safety. Today, we will be discussing Safe Operation Cards, or SOCs. This is the last of 3 modules directed at techniques for planning and executing safe lab operations. Safe Operation Cards are an effective method you can use to communicate information about the potential hazards involved in your lab work. SOCs serve 2 important functions.
First, SOCs allow you to evaluate hazards as you plan your lab project. This helps ensure that any potential hazards are fully identified and assessed early on. Second, they allow you to document appropriate operating ranges, such as temperature, pressure, and emergency response in the event of an accident. Using SOCs helps your coworkers understand your work, as well as any hazards they might encounter, both in the lab and in an emergency. SOCs establish accurate communication between you and everyone else in the lab, and communication is critical to effective lab safety. Let's break down the SOC into simple steps that you can use. Step 1. At the top of the card, you will find a spot for general information. Here you can provide information about the project owner, you, including your name and contact information. With this, your coworkers can easily contact you if they have a question or in the event of an emergency. There is also a spot to list a peer reviewer, if you have one. We'll talk more about this in a moment. And you'll see places to input an in-service date and an expiration date on the card too. These dates help ensure that SOCs are re-examined periodically, and they encourage reviews of ongoing projects at Dow. Our practice is to review SOCs every 6 months. Step 2. Detail information about the project itself. This is the place where you will list specific information such as procedural steps, chemical reactions, quantities, and operating conditions. This is the story of your work, and anyone in your lab should be able to clearly understand your project. Step 3. List appropriate emergency response information. If there is an incident, this is the section to find specific directions. Be sure to include appropriate procedures to perform in an emergency, including shutdown, chemical exposure, and spills. And don't forget to list appropriate personal protective equipment and any unique chemical or physical hazards that may be present. Step 4. Use the hazards assessment tools on the back of the SOC. It is provided as a tool to help you determine the potential hazards and precautions associated with your project. You will also find reminders to consult Material Safety Data Sheets, or MSDS. Evaluate specific hazard classes, and develop mitigation solutions. It is your responsibility to consult the appropriate resources to get information about your project. This is the best way to get accurate information to complete an SOC. No one can do a better job at this than you can. By the way, you should fill out and post an SOC card before beginning any lab work. This ensures that you have identified any potential hazards and mitigation solutions before they become an issue. Being prepared is the name of the game in lab safety. Remember, there are numerous online and library resources that contain chemical safety information. Your local environmental, health, and safety, or EH&S experts can help you locate these resources. Be sure to use them as you complete your SOCs. Now, as promised, let's talk about peer reviews. In some cases, a peer review may be necessary. It provides an opportunity for you to get valuable input from experienced and expert colleagues. By providing a fresh perspective on your work, peer reviews can offer additional safety suggestions or advice to help you further diminish hazards. You should always feel comfortable asking a coworker to discuss your project with you, even if a peer review isn't needed. By working together, you can better assess potential risks and ensure safeguards are in place.
Safe Operation Cards provide a concise way for you to effectively and objectively evaluate your projects. And when you post them near your experiment, SOCs help your coworkers stay informed about your work and any potential hazards. As you may have learned a long time ago, sharing is a good thing. SOCs make it easy to share important information that will help prevent accidents and injuries in your lab. If you would like additional information about managing change or hazard assessment trigger grids, please refer to these additional modules available in the Lab Safety Academy.